The Foundation of Indian Americans, FIA New England, proudly announced its collaboration with the annual India Conference at Harvard, highlighting this year's theme of Rising India. The conference, which was held on 17th and 18th February, featured a lineup of distinguished dignitaries including Radhika Gupta, Madhabi Puri Buch, Nirain Chaudhary, Bollywood actress Karishma Kapoor, former US Ambassador Kenneth L. Juster, and others. FIA New England's executive team, led by Jyoti Singh, Himanshu Chauhan, and Deepak Rathore, conducted insightful interviews with these personalities, offering a unique perspective on India's global influence. The event fostered engaging discussions on India's socio-economic, political, and cultural landscape, underlining FIA New England's commitment to connecting and empowering the Indian American community in New England. Take a look.
How's it feel?
Good. I forgot that I've been mic'd over here. I'm used to talking like this wherever I go. Good afternoon, everyone. It's such a pleasure and honor to be here, meeting all of you.
Is this your first time in Boston?
No, actually not. I've been to Boston, in fact, quite a few times. I've done a lot of shows here. I have a few family members who live here. Now my daughter's studying here, and now I'm here today.
Well, hopefully you got to see the snow.
Yes.
You don't get much of that in Bombay, so the conference team worked really hard to make that happen.
From the US or from India or any part of the world, we all watch Bollywood and celebrate it. So let's look at it in a positive way. And the other question is, cinema is an expression. Cinema is a place where anyone can make a film, and it's a movie also at the same time. So there is a freedom of expression which we cannot control, right? So maybe, and everybody has a viewpoint to it. So that's the way it's always going to be. Some may like few things, some may not like few things.
Thank you.
Namaste everybody. We are so honored today because we have somebody who I have admired all my life. So he's one of my inspiration. We have Arun Ji today, Editor-in-Chief India Today. We have watched him speak so many times, and today we are privileged to have him here and to talk to us. Arun Ji, welcome. On behalf of FIA New England team, I want to welcome you here, and we are really feeling honored to a personality like you who has achieved so much in life, and we are in a position to gain that insight from you. So I want to know, my first question to you is, like, you have achieved so much, and now you are here in India Rising, in India Conference at Harvard 2024. Just share your thoughts, like your journey from there to here, and what is the sense of that achievement here?
You know, I'm a permanent student in my life, right? Actually, the first thing I ask anybody who works for me is to look for how curious you are, right? That's the first thing for a journalist, is curiosity. So I'm here at Harvard because I've now reached a point where my daughter is running the operations. So I've come here to learn more about various things which I didn't know before. So I'm very pleased to be in Harvard. It's an amazing institution, the real center of learning of the world. Some of the best brains are here in all kinds of subjects. So I'm really happy to be in Harvard, and I'm very fortunate that I can take this opportunity to be here. In my fellowship, I'm free to take any courses I want, so I'm in the process of doing that and enjoying it very much.
So with that, would you like to share any message for the media outlets that are in here, US? You are sitting at Harvard at India Conference 2024. What kind of message you want to share with your media counterparts over here?
Well, I think firstly, if you're doing news, please do it impartially. Please carry both sides. Stick to the true profession of journalism, and bring the India story here. There are a lot of good things happening in India. In the Western press, I read a lot of negative things, right? I think the India conversation has to be far more positive. And there's lots of interesting changes which are happening in India. And it's not only the middle class, even the poor are getting much greater benefits, right, which they were not getting before. There's digital transfer of money into their bank accounts. There's a lot of self-help groups which are starting. Of course, the infrastructure is improved dramatically in India. If you go there, the airports, the hotels, the train travel, everything has changed. There are, consumer goods. Every kind of consumer good is being manufactured in India. So this is not brought out. Here, all we hear is a lot of negative stories about how India is corrupt and India is, full of tension and so forth. So I think that has to change. The people who have media here should bring out the good aspect of India. Yes, there are a lot of things wrong in India. A lot of things wrong in America too. There's racial tension here. There's religious tension there also, right? Yes, there is some tensions going on in society there, but that's part of society. But India, most important, it's a democratic society. There is an opposition. You can get up and speak, right? The fact that opposition can't get together and it's act together, that's a different story. But there is democracy, and that is India's biggest strength, and that is how India stays together. So I think those things must be highlighted.
Thank you so much, Arunji. It was nice to hear from you.
Thank you.
And you are always an inspiration.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. So if something happened to a student here, and our US is thinking to create some grievance kind of system here, where the people can go and reach out, and because they are a student, they don't have the family, or they don't have any other support.
I don't know the specific of a potential grievance system. Obviously, if something happens that has a law enforcement component, one should go to the police, report it, and follow up on it appropriately. And certainly, any violent incident with a student is reprehensible and regrettable and should be prosecuted to the fullest.
So I just wanted to know what is your thought, how India is rising in that sense?
Well, I think the Indians living in this country and the Indian American community makes an enormously positive contribution to the United States, whether it's in the medical profession or in the IT profession, increasingly now in the political sphere. You see Kamala Harris is
Vice President,
Nikki Haley, who's a former U.S. ambassador, is running for president. You have senior people in Congress and elsewhere. So the Indian American community makes an extraordinarily positive contribution. Again, in the business community in terms of startups, I think there's a statistic that says 1 of every 3 CEOs of a startup in Silicon Valley has an Indian element to him or her. So it's a disproportionate connection given their percentage of the population, but one that we're most grateful for in this country. It's a country of immigrants, and India is a very important element of the immigrant community.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I think I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Namaste, everybody. Today we are honored to have one of the prominent film fraternity person here, a woman producer, director, and she has Responsible Films. She belongs to, and she has founded it. We are talking about none other than Vivaji, who is here with us today in Indian Conference in Harvard 2024. Vivaji, it was very nice hearing you, and I was listening to your thoughts. The vibe that I got from your interview was very positive. It was focused more on what is the change that we can bring forward.
Yeah.
I saw the name, the title, Responsible Films. I think that came out I can relate to that,
Yeah.
but I would love to hear from in your words, what is the idea behind Responsible Films?
Oh, I'm so glad that you were able to get the sense of films being hopeful, even though the issues are tough to talk about, and we are addressing a lot of the, issues which are uncomfortable to talk about. As a filmmaker, I will strive to leave you with hope. You know, you have that creative freedom to make a film or choose whichever characters you want. And I really hope that films which can impact your mindset, if you do leave people with some level of hope, I hope it can provoke dialogue and inspire action. So that's the aim of it. During my journey in filmmaking, I realized how important it is to be able to sensitize the audience. And that's how my film came up, Responsible Films, because I think as filmmakers, we carry that responsibility to report or make a film in a way that impacts the audience in the right way.
Good evening, Hitesh Hathi. Thank you for giving us your time. We, as Foundation of Indian Americans, would like to connect with you and take your words of wisdom for the Indian diaspora here. Any piece of suggestion that you would like to give?
So I'm always very short on wisdom, I must tell you. However, we are very lucky people in the sense that among modern cultures, we fully inhabit the modern world, but we have very ancient sources of wisdom that go back 2,000, 3,000 years. And I think part of the success, and we as a community should remember, is part of our ability to flourish in the world and our good fortune is that we have very deep roots to draw upon. And if we think of those deep roots as a wide civilization, then we can inhabit this world today and work in it without ever having to fear that we're losing our identity, because our identity is bound up in those 3,000 or more years of history, really 4,500 or 5,000 years of history that goes back to the Indus Valley. And we just have to, I think, both live that history but be in the present in the modern world. And America is a wonderful place to do it. America and India have so many similarities. I think one of the reasons that Indians are successful here, and South Asians in general, America is a pluralistic, diverse society. India was a pluralistic, diverse society before those words were invented, before the word diverse existed, even in Latin. They were wandering around in 800 and 500 BC India, people who were materialists and atheists and religious believers of all sorts and seekers of all sorts. So India always has had a democratic impulse, you know. Ideas of elections, ideas of elected bodies to run institutions are also very old. Ideas of learning and institutions of higher learning go back thousands of years, Nalanda, Takshashila. So we have those rich resources, and they, as it happens, coincide with some of what America has to offer, and I think that's why Indians feel a certain level of
Overwhelmed out there with all the crowd, like Shah Rukh Khan had come.
We can probably cut it, yeah. But I think.
And we have Swati Maliwal. She's a member of parliament from Rajya Sabha. And welcome, ma'am, here in Boston in this chilling weather. And thank you for joining here Harvard India Conference. So I saw that all the youths are attracting towards you and they are asking, they have a lot of curiosity. So now here in Boston you became the youth icon. So what is your message to the youth?
I think the message is very clear. I'm here to have a discussion, I'm here to learn, I'm here to share my experiences. And I really want to appeal to all the Indians who are studying here in this amazing university to take time out and come back to India and give back to your roots and learn from the Indian community and at the same time support the country in its progress.
That means you are saying India is ready to accept you, embrace you. So
of course, absolutely. I mean, once an Indian, always an Indian, and wherever you are, and Indians are doing so well world over, whether it is the software industry or whether it is NASA or wherever, you see Indians everywhere. And I'm a very proud Indian, I'm a very proud representative of the parliament, and I really would like to appeal to all Indians living here that come back and participate in the politics of the country, participate in bringing about a change in the country, and be the change that you want to see in the world.
First of all, welcome, sir. We have a very prominent, you can say that he's one of the father of Vande Bharat initiative, and he's kind of he is advocate of launching the indigenous thing, right? Just like the Vande Bharat train, India is currently not importing the foreign technologies and all. So I'm so lucky to sit with him, Suman Manis sir, and we are very keen to know about that what are the things which is inspiring him to launch such kind of thing. So first of all, welcome here in Boston, sir.
Thank you.
And just can you brief us what are the things which is inspiring you to go and start this new startup as a Vande Bharat?
Okay, so you see recall the image of Indian railway trains has not changed since independence. उससे पहले की भी क्या बात करें? वो similar box type structure is what you see. So I always wondered that Indian Railways is such a large network with such a large pool of engineers, and when is India going to have a aesthetically superior, technologically advanced, speedier train, and one designed and built in India itself. So towards the end of my career, I got a chance to be the general manager of Integral Coach Factory, Chennai, which is the largest factory of Indian Railways. And I was very fortunate that the team which was already there, I did nothing about it, was very competent and raring to go with a lot of audacity to try something new. The platform of the factory was there, so we got going and we decided we will give to the country
The best of the best.
Yes, semi-high speed train, and we did it in record time of 18 months because we wanted to do it before I retired. And thanks to this teamwork, we were able to make this train, which was launched by the Prime Minister himself as Vande Bharat Express between Varanasi and New Delhi. And after that, today, 50 plus such trains are in operation. And it has changed the very face of Indian Railway passenger transportation.
Complete experience.
Yes, travel experience, cutting down of travel time. Much more scope of improvement is still there because tracks have not been improved, but nevertheless, it's been quite transformational.